What's up, everyone? Welcome back. I am Sam. What do you guys got going on today? Comment below. But you guys clicked on this video because you're interested in hearing more about the Tusk T45 and the Tusk MX T35. So stay tuned. I'm going to give you guys some specs on these tires, and also at the end I'm going to give you my opinion on what I think of both of them and pick a winner. Alright guys, let's talk about the Tusk MX T45. This is a intermediate to hard tire. Some of the features of this tire include reinforcing bridges, as you can see right in here. And that adds strength to the overall base of the tire, and then also reduces flexing and gives it better performance and longevity. And then also has some different siping and indentations here, and that allows for better consistency and also better traction. So like I mentioned, this is a hard intermediate tire, and it's made for motocross and off-road racing. So it is not a DOT approved tire, and it also is not a gummy hybrid tire as well. All right, guys, this is the Tusk MX T35 tire, which is a soft to intermediate tire that is designed to get great traction in loose conditions. So it has an aggressive deep and wide pattern there, and also it's got reinforcing bridges to be able to give it additional strength and also reduce side knob tearing, and then also control the flexing of the tire. And like I mentioned, this is a soft to intermediate tire that is for motocross and off-road racing. It is not a DOT approved tire, and it also is not a gummy tire. So on both of these tires, I'm running the 110 118 and the 110 118, as you can see. And to spot some differences here, if you're looking at the two different ones, this is the T45, and it's an intermediate to hard tire. The tread pattern, the knobbies here are closer than the T35. They have a bigger gap here. So it's like a big gap, small gap, big gap, small gap, where it's pretty much almost consistent all the way around on the T45 versus the T35. Really, the only issue I've had is last ride out in the desert, we were in St. George with my boy, and we were just riding some single track out in Santa Clara, and I cracked or ripped a knobby on the front tire of the T45, and it basically, and I'll show a close up here and show you where I plugged it. It ripped it, but it was still good enough that I could plug it. I run tubeless, and so I rode about an hour back to the truck, and then plugged it, and it's still holding air. On this bike, which has got the T45, it's got about 12 hours on the tires. On this bike, which has the T35, has 18 hours. All right, this is the front tire of the MX 45 here, and you can see here's where it cracked and ripped right at the lug, and sometimes you can't fix that when it's there on the knobby, which is annoying, but plugged it, it's holding air, not a problem at all. So this is essentially how much wear this front tire is, and you know, I'm always doing wheelies the whole time, so it never touches the ground. Looks brand new, right? Then the rear tire, as you can see, it's starting to get a little bit rounded. So it's not really chunking very much. Let's see if I can find, there's a little bit of a chunk, but overall it's doing pretty good. It's holding up nice and well. And then let's go over here to the the T35. So like I said, this has 18 hours on it, and you can see it's got, you know, it's wearing a little bit, rounding a little bit more. We've got chunks taken off. We don't have any, there's a bigger chunk right here that's taken off, but I don't really have too many cracks or anything. That's, no, well, it's a gear. No, it's not. So here's a crack. Not terrible. So technically I could get more life out of this tire. No problem at all. So the front here, same difference. Doesn't look, it looks like it's getting a little bit of rounding on it, but overall it looks like it's in decent condition. A lot of times I'll change the rear tire and keep a front one. So I go through 2 rear tires for every 1 front. Looks like there's some chunking right there, guys. Check that out. Now, as far as handling characteristics, I think they both do a decent job. And if I had to pick one of the two of which one's going to be the better of the two, I like the T35 for my riding ability and for the terrain I ride better than the T45. But I think both of them do a good job. And really for me, it's like, I think a good set of tires is when I just think about riding and not about what's happening with my tires. As far as the terrain's concerned, I think overall the T35 has a much broader range. Out here in the West, it's a better tire for these conditions in my opinion. So if I had to pick a winner, it'd be the T35. The cool thing is about these tires, guys, is you can pick them up for under 70 bucks. So I think both around $66 for a rear tire. The front's around $55, 56 bucks. Pretty good price for what you're getting. So there's a link in the description if you guys want to pick one of those up. It helps us out, gives us a small commission, so thank you. And the T45 has less tire size options than the T35. So the 35's got a much broader range and even down into the mini bikes. So to me, the winner is the T35 for the ability to, it's just a good all-around tire. It gets traction everywhere. I like how wide and grippy the rear tire is. The front tire is decent. It's not terrible. And I don't really think about it. And it, like I said, it has all sorts of different tire size. So it edges the T45 out for my style of riding and for what I prefer. But I want to hear from you guys. I want to hear if you have any experiences with the MX T45 or the MX T35. If you hate them, you love them, what you're using to what are you doing with them? Are you racing motocross or just riding around or whatever? Let me know in the comments below, guys. And don't forget to hit the subscription button. We appreciate you guys following along, and we'll see you in the next video. What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. I am Sam, and you clicked on this video because you're interested in the Tusk MX T45 tire and the